Well, hi, hello there, everybody. Nice to see you. Robert here. I'm just doing so I just did a video, which was going to be my 1.5 month Wellbutrin wrap up, but that video was long. I just did it. I literally just did it, and I was like, oh my god, the video's long. It's like a 20-minute video. So I'm gonna do this video. It'll be a short video, and then at the end of this video, I go, if you want a long experience, instead of watching 3 episodes of your most favorite show on Netflix, why don't you just like take a trip with me on YouTube where I talk about my depression? So I'll do a quick, this is like the synopsis, the wrap up of my 1.5 month update. I'll probably post this one first and then I'll post the long one after. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So I think what people really want to know, because I got my finger on the pulse of people, because I am one, they probably want to know just like how I'm doing. Okay, so I've been taking this Wellbutrin now for 1.5 months. Wellbutrin, also known as bupropion, it's an antidepressant, an NDRI, a norepinephrine dopamine reuptake inhibitor. Try to say that 10 times fast. And I was taking for depression. I was already taking Buspar for anxiety. I've had anxiety my whole freaking life. And only in my late 20s that I was feeling depression. So I was like, man, I did everything that I possibly could. I exercised, I ate right, I saw a therapist, I had a support system, I slept well, I tried to do, have good sleep hygiene, just did everything. Drank water, that's important. Staying hydrated, hugged animals whenever I could. And with all of that, despite all of that, I was just in a super funk. And I was super depressed. Super depressed and super anxious all the time. And I was in school and I was like, I'm freaking out. I'm in a dark place. And, trigger warning, suicidal ideation up the wazoo. It was not fun. It was a really scary, scary time. And people who loved me were scared. But they were sweet and they were supporting me. It's important to not isolate yourself. I know it's what you want to do when you're having a dark time, but please, please, please try to be with people and let them know you're having a hard time, because the people who love you want the best for you and they'll help you along on your path toward being healthy and happy again. Okay, let's come out of the darkness, shall we? So my anxiety was something that I had experienced all my whole life. I took Buspar or Buspirone, and my anxiety just started going away. Unbelievable. I wish I knew about it sooner. One of the best decisions of my life. I know it doesn't feel that way or doesn't work out this way for everybody, but for me, for this guy, that's how it worked out. So far so good. I might form a tolerance to it. I might, drop off this plateau that I'm experiencing right now, but who knows? I'm gonna keep at it. My Buspar, I'm taking 10 milligrams a day. That's it. 2 times. One 5 milligram in the morning, 1 5 milligram before or with at 5 o'clock. Wellbutrin, I started taking Wellbutrin for anhedonia. I wasn't feeling any joy. I had no desire to do much of anything. Just stayed in my home, closed my blinds, didn't talk to anybody, couldn't get out of bed, feeling awful. And I took Wellbutrin, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So I am 1.5 months in, and how am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good, you guys. Happy to say, knock on wood, excuse me. Feeling pretty good. I won't say I'm completely out of my funk, but I'm definitely have come a long, long way. Well, what Wellbutrin does, it gives you energy. It's a stimulant. It's basically an amphetamine. And it gives you energy. And in the beginning, that energy is really scary because you're still kind of depressed, and now you're like, great, I'm an energetic depressed person now. Yay! It takes a while to kick in. For me, the Wellbutrin took about, to really kick in, took about like four weeks. But in the beginning, I started feeling a difference almost immediately. Like, it's undeniable how powerful this drug is. And I'm taking 150 milligrams XL. So that basically is it's a enterically coated. So you swallow it, you eat it with food in the morning, and it releases a sort of extended release, and it releases a little bit of Wellbutrin throughout the day. You want to take it as soon as you can because you don't want any residual Wellbutrin in your system when you're about to sleep, because it'll make you give you a hard time sleeping. So how's my sleep? My sleep is much better. How are my side effects in general? Much better. In the beginning I suffered insomnia, pretty bad. I'll go into detail in my long video. Now, much better, much better. How's my, another experience that I had side effect was gastrointestinal stuff, constipation, bloatingness, that's a word now. You're welcome, Websters. I don't really suffer from that anymore. In the beginning, again, I'll go into it in my long video, took some supplements for that and helped me a little bit along the way, but didn't want to depend on that too much. Those symptoms are gone. Anxiety, Wellbutrin is a stimulant, and if you do have anxiety, I'm taking Boost Bar for anxiety, but if you still have anxiety, it could exacerbate that anxiety, no doubt about it. It gives you energy. So if you're an anxious person, you're like, oh, let's pour gasoline on this fire. And so it might make you a little more anxious. But as your body adjusts to it, that will slowly go away. But you really have to give these drugs time. It takes time. I'm 1 month and I'm 1.5 months in, and I'm still get a little, but it's way better than it was. So that's great. I still have a lot of energy. I feel like I have a lot of focusing that I need to do because I'm in school. Wellbutrin is used off-label for ADHD. And yeah, I feel like I'm sort of unofficially diagnosed myself with ADHD. I'm an undiagnosed ADHD, but I felt like, especially in the beginning, it gave me a lot of focus. Some of the focus has now dipped now, so it's like a lot less than it was initially. But it's still there. I think I still have an ability to retain focus more than I've used to retain. Work has been nice. I feel like I have energy that sees me through the day. I have energy to engage in conversations with people at work. I feel more connected to people. I feel less kind of like, sometimes you're anxious, or sometimes I'm anxious to engage in conversation because I'm like, do I have the energy for this? I can't talk to you. I don't know you. I don't know if you're going to carry your weight in this conversation. I can't do it alone. So you're kind of afraid to engage for that and for other reasons. But I feel like I have some energy. Like last night at work, it was a shit show, but I had the energy to carry me through. I didn't panic, I just got the job done. I work in a restaurant. It can be pretty intense, So I'm going to nursing school right now. So I'll be working in the hospital, helping people, just going room to room like a emotional companion animal. I'll be going room to room like a golden retriever with a little vest on. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Just trying to make people feel better. But as a nurse, as a student nurse. So we'll see how this serves me. Maybe on my next update and be like, hey, the hospital makes me crazy and I nearly jumped out of a window. But it was on the first story, so don't worry. So I'll keep you updated. But it's been feeling good. And then my relationships with people, I just feel like when you're taking this drug for anhedonia and you're in depression, well, if you had the depression that like I had depression, you just feel like your brain doesn't work. I legitimately thought, because I am super duper hypochondriac, I admit it. Okay, WebMD. I'm on WebMD like people are on Snapchat. Okay, so I really feel like everything is wrong with me. And for the longest time, I legitimately thought, I was like, I got a brain thing. I don't know what it is, but I got a brain thing. And I would say that to my doctor, and he's like, specify. Because I just was so foggy all the time. I was super foggy, couldn't concentrate, just didn't have any desire to do anything, found no joy in things. And now that the clouds are parting a little bit, I'm walking into Oz. Everything's now starting to be a little more technicolor than it once was. I feel like now that I'm absorbing the world in more ways that my brain finds stimulating. Now my brain is more stimulated. I feel a little bit more clear-headed, I've got some more clarity. Okay, I don't want this video to be any longer than 10 minutes. There's maybe a lot more detail, probably excessive. There's a surplus and excess of detail in my long video. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support, for your comments, for your validation, for your likes and your subscribes. Please leave, any messages that you want. If you want to talk about anything, like, hey, Rob, where'd you get that hat? And I'll tell you where I got that hat. This hat could be yours. I'll sell it to you. So you can just write any comments, write anything. Please no mean things. Only positive things. All right, guys. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great day.